So something happened the other day, which reminded me of something that I do know and I do think about, but it kind of reminded me of it again, so I wanted to talk about it. Went to the local shop, like the kind of mini supermarkets they have nowadays, and I went to look at the reduced section where the food that is going out of date today and they've marked down a little bit in price is available. Because I like to go there, I like to use up the food that's going out of date. I like to save a few pennies. Who doesn't? And I like to have a bit of a surprise in what I'm going to have for dinner. So I'm there, and there's a member of staff who is loading this reduced section up with a veritable trolley full of out-of-date food and produce. It's all perfectly good. It's just reaching the end of the point where the shop is allowed to sell it. Hasn't started going off yet. It's just they're not allowed to sell it past a certain date, so it goes in the section. And there's another customer there, and she's talking to him about it. And she says, "What happens when it goes completely out of date? What do you do with it tomorrow?" And he said, "It goes in the bin." And she said, "Don't you give it to charity?" And he said, "Oh no, we don't do that." I said, "But don't people?" And she said, "But don't people go in your bins?" And she said, "No." He said, "No, no. Their bins have got a padlock cage around them. A padlocked cage around the bins to stop starving people taking out of date food that's been thrown away." And this is at the center of a system that we live in, that we have let ourselves be convinced is ethical and moral, that we produce so much food that there are people who are destroying their health by eating too much food in our society, and that there is so much food that at the end of the day there is food that hasn't been sold, that has gone out of date, and the people who are selling that food would rather that food went in the bin than went in someone's stomach.